Hey, Genderqueer chat, this is Jay. Happy Monday. Feeling a little fancy today, so I figured I'd get fancy. Anyway, today our topic is language, and the question is discuss how language affects how you and or others think about gender or just language. So, a couple things. I watched Joe's video, and in their video, they had a lot of good points about language. First of all, the English language kind of sucks as far as having an easy, common way to express gender-neutral whatever. Our culture is so based around the gender binary that everything is him, her, he, she. So it makes it kind of tough. That being said, I also agree with Joe in their video about how I'm glad that particular things aren't gendered like in French or other languages. That would make it worse, I think. But yeah, unfortunately, the English language doesn't really have a good gender-neutral vocabulary, and a lot of the terms that have been suggested or brought up or made up haven't really caught on. They're really not known by most, I think, of the general population. Somebody actually commented in Joe's comment section on their video about how Sweden just announced a genderqueer term, hen, for people, and I think their approach to suggesting a new gender-neutral term is really smart. I think in order for a term like that to catch on and for it to be adopted by the masses, it needs to be done on a national scale. I think it's going to take more than a celebrity or one TV show that features a person who doesn't identify in the gender binary for gender-neutral pronouns to catch on. I think that it would take real national adoption on a governmental scale or something at that level for people to really adopt it and for it to become commonplace. That being said, I think this question is a little bit broad, so I wanted to talk about how I think language has been really great for genderqueer people, and personally, I think if it wasn't for the term genderqueer and gender fluid, bigendered, all the other terms for non-binary people, non-binary, I think most of us wouldn't have come to terms with who we are. Having a culture that is so structured around the gender binary, without those terms, I personally don't think I would have ever really figured out who or what I was. I would have just felt alien. Until I came across the term genderqueer, I was completely bought into the gender binary. I never thought that I could be anything other than male or female. I thought those were my choices, that's it. And fortunately, finding the language is what really helped me figure out who I am and how I want to live my life and who I want to be. Because that's who I am. Beyond that, I don't have a ton to say about language as far as being genderqueer is concerned. I think the language that we have is good. I think pronouns could use some help. The they, their thing, people always comment about how it's not grammatically correct, but yeah, it's easier, as Joe said in their video, to adopt than a completely new word. So it is what it is. But anyway, bonus question this week is, what is your go-to recipe? And I love to saute stuff. I used to work in the restaurant business, and that was my favorite place to work in the kitchen. So one of my favorite things to make is, I'm a vegetarian, so I use like fake chicken cutlets. They're actually from a company called Quorn, Quorne, and I'll saute them with a little olive oil or butter, whatever, and then I'll blacken them with like a margarine or something, and then a Cajun seasoning. And then I'll usually saute up some vegetables with a little olive oil, kosher salt, black pepper, usually mushrooms, onions, broccoli, spinach, whatever's laying around. And I'll usually do that over like an angel hair pasta or brown rice or something like that. It's one of my favorite things. So other than that, I'm just going to show you the rest of my outfit since you're here and I'm looking all fancy, and yeah, don't get that many opportunities to show people. So anyway, I know the light's not great, but it is what it is. Like my shoes, aren't they fancy? Anyway, love you, Genderqueer chat.